serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We got a lot of young cubs coming out of the dens with mom now, so I think this year we might see maybe a potential increase.
You have probably seen videos lately of bears showing up in backyards and stealing bird food. Are these sightings becoming too common, or is that normal for this time of season? Tonight, Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer has more on what you need to know before setting up camp.
Detroit Lakes here a few years ago, ended up with one down right in the middle of town.
A bear right in the middle of Detroit Lakes. Now, that was a couple of years ago, but wildlife biologist Wayne Brininger tells us this is the time of year when bears start to roam around looking for food.
Initially, when they come out of the den, they're looking for kind of that easy meal, and sometimes bird feeders are readily available.
But he says you don't have to worry too much.
They're scared. They'll hear you coming before you ever hear them for the most part.
And for those of you getting ready to camp, he says to take those bird feeders inside at night. But for campgrounds around Becker County, bears have not been too much of a problem, except for when there's bird seed or other food around.
I don't think we had much last year, but the year before we had a lot of bent over bird feeders, and luckily they only took bird feeders, so everybody learned that year that you don't leave too much stuff out.
Tom and his wife have owned the Buffalo Lake campground for over 20 years now. And throughout all those years,
we have never seen the actual animal. We've seen some tracks and we've seen the damage, but never the actual bear.
And although there has been some sightings this season, the wildlife biologist we spoke with says it's normal, but he recommends to keep your distance. In Becker County, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
Also, if you're camping, the wildlife biologist that we spoke with says the best spot to store food at night is in your car. He says it's common for cubs to wander around this time of year, but he urges you to stay away from them. A cold start to our day. No one likes to hang out in the 30s this time of year, especially if it ruins your tomatoes. Robert, any worries about dropping that low again tonight?
It'll be another chilly night, but not nearly as cold as it was last night. In the 30s, also some 20s. Across much of the region. It got down to 23 degrees in Langdon overnight last night, 28 in Grand Forks, 30 here in Fargo, also 30 in Valley City and in Jamestown. Current temperature is a mix of some 40s and some 50s, 48 degrees right now in Jamestown, at Valley City, 54 in Fargo, also 54 in Grand Forks, Wadena, and in Roseau. A bit of a breeze out of the north and northeast, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Those winds become a bit lighter overnight tonight. Quite a bit of cloud cover, mainly high clouds, especially across northern portions of the valley. Thicker clouds off toward the south and west. Underneath those clouds, we're seeing some rain, but most, if not all, of that not reaching the ground. Here in Fargo, we'll continue with mainly high clouds as we head through your evening. Temperatures slowly dropping through the low 50s into the upper 40s by 9. So a chilly day today, not as chilly tomorrow, and then Mother's Day weekend is here. How's it looking? We'll let you know in just a few minutes.
We'll get up there eventually, yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
Thanks, Robert.
You got it.
One person was found dead after a domestic situation near Alexandria, Minnesota yesterday. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office responded around 4 in the afternoon to a report of a domestic disturbance at a home in Garfield, which is northwest of Alexandria. Police found 3 people inside the home who were not hurt, and 1 was pronounced dead. The incident is under investigation. Federal prosecutors allege a 25-year-old Minnesota mother of 2 is the leader of one of the biggest meth trafficking cells the state has ever seen. Attorney Gary Wolf tells the Star Tribune that his client, Macrina Perez, is adamant about fighting the allegations. Wolf has successfully lobbied against federal detention, and Perez may get early release under GPS monitoring while awaiting trial. Prosecutors fear she may escape prosecution if released. Wolf says Perez was arrested in April at the U.S.-Mexico border during a shopping trip. She was charged nearly 2 years ago in a sealed indictment that used information from several informants. The charges are linked to a May 2016 raid of a Brooklyn Center house where authorities found 140 pounds of meth. A pastor from Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, is accused of sexually assaulting a woman during a spiritual guidance session. The Hennepin County Attorney's Office says 55-year-old Mealy Freeman faces 2 felony counts of third-degree criminal sexual conduct in the alleged incident last September. A 28-year-old woman reported she was sexually assaulted during a private religious ritual with Freeman at the Grace Mountaineer Tabernacle Church in Brooklyn Center. She told police that she had known Freeman for several years. A scary situation for one family in Grand Forks when they had to run out of their burning home. It happened around 8:30 last night at 4910 Silvergate Drive. Everyone was able to evacuate the home before crews arrived to take down the flames. Damage is estimated at over $40,000. The Grand Forks Fire Department is reminding everyone to make sure you have a working smoke detector, replace batteries twice a year, and practice a plan for fire escapes with your family. A man from Otter Tail, Minnesota is hurt after an early morning car crash. It happened just after midnight on Highway 87 near Monaga. The State Patrol says the 56-year-old man was driving an SUV that went into the ditch, hit a field approach, and came to a rest on its side. The chief executive of one of Minnesota's 2 medical marijuana manufacturers is out amid the company's years of heavy financial losses. Leafline Labs confirmed to the Associated Press today that Andy Bachman is no longer serving in any capacity. Bachman was a co-founder and had served in that role since 2016. He did not respond to a voicemail requesting comment. A company statement did not give a reason for Bachman's departure, and an official didn't immediately respond to questions. Leafline has struggled since medical marijuana sales began in 2015. The company lost $6.9 million in its first 2 financial years. This weekend, you can say, "I love you, Mom," with a homemade gift. Make Room shared some unique gifts to Make Mom. You can give a personal touch to an oven-baked clay necklace by painting it with nail polish using Mom's favorite colors. Coffee filters with watercolored paint can be glued to paper and framed to make some modern art. This weekend, Make Room is letting your children make Mom a gift from 2 until 3 in the afternoon, and they can make 2 surprise items just for Mom. For more details, go to our website, valleynewslab.com, and click on our Hot button. The Fargo Youth Home is a place on the city's south side that you might not recognize or may not have heard of. It's a place where some young people go to live when they're having problems and need some extra help. And today, the home has a new look. The Home Builders Association teamed up with the folks from the Boys and Girls Ranch who operate the home to completely remodel it. It's quite a project, one taking 3 years. And like your own remodeling project, the builders and remodelers tackled the big stuff: the cabinets, the flooring, the appliances, to name a few. All in all, some $80,000 worth of labor and materials.
They created a brighter, more modern and more up-to-date space that everyone can be proud of, including the staff that work here, and also for the residents that live here, make it feel like home.
The project also got a lift from the Kiwanis Club. It kicked in $5,500 for new beds and bedding. The youth home provides not only the basics of life, but also the services, counseling and such that the young people need so they can return to their own homes.